Hey hey all you zombies. I'm Ant and this is Ant's Minecraft. Today I am in my test world and I'm here to actually have a look at a particular command block clock that was created by Talon2863. Now he's invented two particularly long-term clocks for use with command blocks. The first was a Endermite clock, and the other was an ocelot clock. He particularly likes the ocelot clock, but I'm finding that it's a little bit heavy because it requires 3 command blocks to actually implement the clock. Whereas I've been looking at his Endermite one, which he's pretty much given up on, because I'm finding that I can create a clock with it using just 1 command block. So let's have a look at this. Now I've set up over here a fill function. I call it a fill function because basically we have a line of red wool and 2 blocks. This replaces any line of red wool 1 up and in the X direction, that's positive X, with redstone, and this turns it back to wool. Now I like using a replace function like this because you can skip, and it means that even if you're doing this, none of these gets replaced and none of them will cause block updates and you could spread things out quite a bit. So you could actually even fill a whole section and only those that have actually been marked will get a clock from this, or in this case a fill function. So this is a fill function. You get a redstone signal, it turns on, and this one turns off. Normally you would put a block in like that, so that'll do both in the one tick. Now you couldn't actually see that very well, so let's just actually add a block here. Tell at p tick. So that just lets us know that it's actually running. So tick. Oh, and we actually saw it flash this time. Whoop, tick. Okay, so this here is a fill function, and over here is just the line that we're going to power of the command blocks we want to power. Now the command blocks we attach to this, we don't want to power all the time. Normally you would use a fill clock or a hyper clock, and they run 20 times a second, a bit like some of those over there. We don't really need that. What we want is to only run it very occasionally, and what we do is we stick a pressure plate on top of there and we will summon an entity, and when it dies it will drop out. So this block will contain the clock. Only that block, nothing more. Easy add. You can pretty much add it to any fill function and you'll get yourself a clock, a very long-term clock. No hoppers, no redstone clocks, or no counters or anything else, just the one block. No, not even any objectives. So let's put the command in. What the command does is summon an Endermite. So there's the command, and it summons an Endermite on top of the pressure plate, just inside the pressure plate. It makes it silent so that it doesn't make much of a noise, and gives it a movement speed that's practically 0. The lifetime is a special formula that is a particular number, 2388, minus the number of ticks you want times 20. So this particular case, it's around a couple of seconds. You can make it 0, which will give you about a 2-minute timer, or even make it negative to make it a much longer timer. You could make it very long, like once a Minecraft day even. So that is the command. Oops, that's being very silly. Let's just save that there. And all you need to do is power it. It'll summon an entity, which it didn't do properly. We want it to land on here. Ah boy. Okay, let's see. We want it to go minus X, I think. So let's see, minus X, there we go. It's very versatile. You could put that block pretty much anywhere. So let's just try that again. Power it. It summons an entity, a Endermite, and when its life is over, it despawns and the thing stops. So when it summons, it pushes the pressure plate and it causes it to tick. So let's just try that again, and we get a tick. All we need to do is just get it to summon a new one when the old one's done. And that's easy. Done. The clock is now active. That's it. That's all it takes. One block to run the clock very precisely. So just that time and the time of the torch to turn off. To turn back on. And the fill clock as normal. No other blocks necessary. And that is a really good long-term fill clock. In fact, the 2 blocks here means I can't even push that entity because I can't get in there. You might want to make sure you don't get any slimes or bats pushing it, but if you've got a properly designed command block box, that will not be a problem. So this is Ant, and this is just a short episode, and I'll see you another time. Bye bye.